Hello, everybody. Mike from Southern California again, and you're on the mic. So today I'm going to cover some stuff that's been going on since kind of the aftermath of the Chupp decision. I know everybody's still waiting on and hoping that Vic does in fact appeal. We're still waiting for him to make that decision. I'm gonna address some of that. At least give my views on that. But with some of the obviously some of the tension and anxiety going on, I'm gonna talk a little bit about that and talk about some things that have happened since I wasn't sure if I was gonna talk about some of this stuff because I just felt like personally, I didn't necessarily feel, at least each of these incidents in of themselves was probably not that big. Maybe one of them was like the NBA thing with what he did the last few days. I wasn't gonna really talk much about it. I felt like I couldn't really add much more to it initially. That was between him and Nick, but and we also know, also what's come out from Kirsten, so I looked at some of this stuff and I decided, maybe, if anything, maybe I can give some words of encouragement. I can look at the stuff, see what's going on, and then also try to give some words of encouragement and wisdom moving forward. Because I think we need to, look at some of these stuff. Normally, as many of you noticed, I don't, particularly lately, I haven't been talking as much about Kick Vic or any of the bit players in there, just because, partly because, of course, and NBA, we're not sure if he's Kick Vic or not, but still, some of these people, not a lot of them have really been saying anything. We have some like this going on, but for the most part, they've settled down a little bit. Some of them are still going off, like we've seen LJ Montello, we've Kirsten Monroe. I'm going to address all this in a sec. But one of the things is that I have preferred not to talk unless they're doing something major. Because for the most part, they're still just regurgitating the same rhetoric they've been from the beginning. After a while, it gets boring, especially when they're when they keep saying they're going to produce evidence, and yet they have none. Everything they have produced has basically been disproven. Okay, so this video is going to be talking about some of the stuff that's happened since Chupp's decision. Some of the, as the title of this video is going to imply, the madness, So here we go. So basically, as everybody knows, Kick Vic was celebrating after Chupp's decision. They felt like it was a vindication of all that they had been through. It was like a certification of their narrative that they assumed that the case is over. They assumed that, Vic lost, so he's just going to go away and die, but I don't think it's happening. I'm hoping, a lot of people are hoping that Vic will appeal this. I think this thing does need to proceed. Okay. Okay, so anyways, they were all celebrating. The one thing, though, I do want to remind everybody about what this case was about. It wasn't about whether or not Vic, it wasn't a criminal trial. It wasn't whether or not Vic actually did anything that they've accused him of, which, of course, they still, to this day, have not really produced any real evidence. Okay? What this case was, what the TCPA hearing was about, was determining whether or not Vic had enough of a case to move forward with it. Now, there were some other factors. Some people were saying that Judge Chupp was probably not really in the best of moods. He seemed to give more deference to the defendants, which is, from what I understand, one of the major no-no. Usually in this type of situation, you have to give deference to the plaintiff. Ty was not allowed to present evidence. And they feel Ty feels he has a strong case for appeal, and I believe he does too. And I know a number of other YouTubers believe so too. You know, there are some people out there who just kind of wish this would stop because, you know, it's understandable. I mean, this kind of adversarial process is going to bring about anxiety in everybody. But one thing I want everybody to remember here, and I'm going to say this again later as well. What they did to Vic was evil. What they're trying to do to Vic is evil. Okay? And evil succeeds when good people sit and do nothing. Okay? As long as we keep fighting, we can defeat this evil. Okay? Now, here's another thing, too. For a side that basically just had a major win, they seem to be acting like they're lost or they're losing. You know, it's like they're sitting there trying to just rain on everybody's parade. They're saying, yeah, he can't, he is a pedo. See, the judge agreed with us. He's a pedo. He's, no, the judge didn't even say that. The case is about whether or not he had enough to sue them for defamation and the other counts. Nick had kind of warned us that, yes, it could all get thrown out the night before. I didn't get a chance to fully see that stream. I was still thinking the judge might have kept the remaining causes, but now looking back on it and after hearing Nick and Ty talk about that, it probably is the best, because now Ty can appeal everything, put it in front of as Sammy, over our British buddy had pointed out. Now he can present it to a 3-judge panel, where even if one of them is a little surly, maybe the other 2 are a little bit more reasonable. They'll look at everything and say, now there's a couple possibilities here. There's the possibility they just, there's like 2 or 3, but there is the and we have to be prepared for this too. As much as we don't want to have to acknowledge, as much as we don't want to acknowledge his part, we kind of have to. They could vote to uphold what Judge Chupp said. Now, maybe Ty could then appeal to a higher court, maybe the Texas State Supreme Court. But of course, we're not there yet. Obviously, we don't even know if Vic is. But we do have to be prepared for the possibility that they might uphold the judge's decision. I have a bit more faith that they won't, because it just seems like the way this based on everything we know, that the way that this hearing was run, it was run incorrectly. Now, with that part out of the way, there's 2 other options that Nick has talked quite a bit about. The one option is the obvious option is they could just overrule everything and say, no, Judge Chupp, you are completely wrong. This has to move forward. That's one possibility. The other possibility is, Judge Chupp, you did this wrong, but instead of overruling you, we're gonna send it back to you with instructions on how you're supposed to do this. So you have to do this right this time. That's another option. It would be, I think for all of us, I just hope that they just overrule him and just make him go forward with it. Because we don't know how Judge Chupp will. We've heard some stories that Judge Chupp has sat there and he's been appealed a number of times. So that's something. But then again, everybody says judges always get appealed, which is true. But anyway, so. But it's like, even though they won that hearing, they won that one battle. I think after a day of celebrating and stuff, they realized, okay, we haven't won the war yet, and so they're just still continuing to go out and trying to, say all this stuff. It's kind of funny because yesterday I was on my Twitter feed, I was surprised by something. Dragon Bay Z had liked something of L.J. Montello, Lynn Hunt. That surprised me, not because she liked something of L.J. Montello, but because I was actually able to see it. Because L.J. Montello, I guess until yesterday, had me blocked. I think she had a lot of High Stanley Vickers blocked. But I guess she feels that it's okay now that maybe she feels that, oh, now that the judge decided with them that, okay, I can open up my account again, and I think when I saw in her head, when I looked at her profile, I saw in her header, I'm not a pedo, I'm sick and tired of people calling me a pedo. Vic is a real pedo. Well, I hate to break it to you, Miss Hunt, but by your own logic, you are a pedo. Okay? There's video evidence of, yes, you were 19 at the time, and normally on something like that, even if you're just over the age of 18, even I wouldn't necessarily make a huge deal, and nobody else would either, if not for the hypocrisy. The rules are for thee and not for me are not going to stand. Okay? You, at age 19, a legal adult in the state where you were, was trying to basically kiss in an inappropriate manner girls who were, I think some people were saying they were like 14 or 15, which is under the age of consent. Now, I'm not completely sure, but I think maybe in Pennsylvania, I'm not sure if it's 16 or 18 in Pennsylvania. It might, but where that happened. But regardless, the girls were underage. By your own logic, you are a pedo. Okay? You're obviously a hypocrite because you want to condemn Vic, but you don't. But then when it gets turned back on you, when your own reasoning gets turned back on you, and you're called to task on it, it's like every excuse in the book. Every excuse in the book. Well, I was only 19. I wasn't like some old man or what have you. But no, that's not how the law works. It's not how the law works. The law, unfortunately, does not take nuance into account. And that's where a lot of these issues at times gets lost when we're making the discussion. That's why we need to talk about these things more. Now, I know I said that this video was going to be titled Madness, and I haven't talked much about the madness. Well, somewhat with of course Kick Vic trying to again continue to bury Vic by just continuing the narrative because they feel that the narrative got reinforced by the judge. Okay, so they're still going on. I know Kara Edwards. I think Jeff Sahan has pointed out a number of at Diluted Dragon on Twitter had pointed out a number of tweets from not just Monica but Kara as well. About how and it's one of the funny things too is that Jamie has finally shut up. I guess her lawyer told her, "Hey, shut the hell up," because we haven't heard much from Jamie in the last week or so. Now I know yesterday was her birthday. Okay, she turned 42. But it's kind of funny now. Kara Edwards, "Hi bullies." I saw that tweet too, or part of it. I didn't read through the whole thing, but they feel like they got some justification, some vindication from the judge's decision, even though it's only one battle. It's not the war. Because I truly do hope. I believe that Ty is going to. I think he's already indicated. The only reason we haven't heard anything about the appeal yet because Vic hasn't made a decision. Ty ultimately answers to Vic. So it's probably, I don't know obviously I'm not as close to Vic as some of you are out there, but I would seriously hope that he's seriously considering appealing this because he's getting railroaded here. Okay. So, let me also, I'm going to move on here a little bit because I noticed I'm already past I'm at the 17.5-minute mark here, so I'm going to try to speed this up a little bit. So let me talk about some of the other things that have happened. Of course, then we had, I guess about a week or so ago, a set of DMs that was released by Shane Holmlesberg, who happens to be a parody account of Shane Holmberg. Apparently, he commented on Kirsten Monroe's Twitter site, and they were talking. And apparently, she didn't realize this was a parody account because she said something pretty stupid that now everybody knows about. He had I guess he had jokingly suggested that. Now if we can just make up some stories, we can really bury Vic. And she actually went for it. Hook, line, and sinker. She went for this. Oh, what a stupid woman. She freaking went for this. This really shows just how incredibly insane these people are. No, winning the hearing wasn't enough. Winning the case isn't enough. Utterly and completely and utterly annihilating and eliminating Vic from the anime industry is what they want. That's the madness they're suffering. They are just so consumed with greed and jealousy. Vic does not fit their mold, so they want him gone. They cannot stand the level of success he has. He cannot stand the fact that his fans are absolutely loyal to him because he has been loyal to them. The man genuinely loves his fans, and they cannot stand it. That's the madness that they're suffering. And Kirsten Monroe is not necessarily the first person who is, at the very least, suggested, if not actually gone through with trying to falsify evidence. We all remember the photoshopping of the scenario with Michelle McCool. We know there was a Discord out there where they were literally talking about falsifying evidence. These people are absolutely nuts. I think Trump is right that we probably do need to start opening up some more mental hospitals, and these people definitely need to be locked in, put in straitjackets and locked in a padded room somewhere. They are a plague on society. Also, moving on a bit here because I'm really this video is gonna be a bit longer than usual because there's more than just this commentary. So, then of course over the last few days we've had the whole NBA situation, Mad Black Atheist. Apparently some of this is stemming. I guess he had a interview scheduled with Ron Toy, and then Ron canceled on him. Some people believe that may have just pushed him over the edge, and he went on a 2-hour rant where he's talking about where he was basically making threats, saying he's going to do walk-bys. And for anybody who doesn't understand what he's implying there, what he's talking about when he's saying a walk-by, in other words, walking by and shooting people up, as opposed to, like, basically a walk-by shooting, as opposed to a drive-by shooting that you hear a lot about out here in SoCal, like in LA and stuff. In California here, they do drive-bys where from a car they'll go by and start shooting people. He's talking about a walk-by, which just simply means you're walking by. He's going to go to Recada's neighborhood, and he's going to shoot up his neighborhood. He's going to shoot his kids. Stupid. Just outright stupid. Especially considering this guy, one, is a convicted felon. I think Nick was saying he admitted on the stream that NBA was on with him that NBA had admitted to having a gun on him, which is a no-no since he's a convicted felon. And then he was saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna just delete everything. I'm just this, that, and the next thing." And so we thought he was gonna, Then he came back. He kind of gave a pseudo apology, but still trashed on everybody. He even went as far as to challenge Hirohei to a fight. And Hirohei goes, "Okay, you want to fight me? Come, bring it." As The Rock might put it, don't sing it, bring it. So Hirohei answered the challenge, said, "Hey, you want to fight me? Come on out to you said you'll go out, you'll go out to anybody, and let's do it." And then NBA gets on, does kind of a pseudo apology, and also goes, "Yeah, Daniel-san, no, get out of here with your fake karate, fake kung fu." Well, first off, NBA, I don't think he practices in the art of karate or kung fu. I think he's more into Brazilian jiu-jitsu, from what I understand, which is more of a grappling type fight. He may take a few of your hits. I think he's done some Muay Thai kickboxing. But I think his primary thing is Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And if you're as out of shape as I've heard, he'd have to be very careful with you, because if he decided to lock in a rear naked choke or a half Nelson choke on you, he could very easily kill you. Not that I'm advocating he does that, or that's any way meaning that's to be taken as a threat. But that's the reality of it. So with that, we've just got a lot of lunacy and madness going on. So with that, I'm going to wrap this up here try to do it pretty quickly. Check the links below. You want to contact me directly. My Twitter handle will be down there. As you guys know, I've been promoting a bunch of dub companies. You guys should check those out. Remember, Funimation is not the only game in town, so check those out. Check out my Voices profile premieres on Friday. Voice actor profile, voices big and small. This week I'm doing Caroline Day of Blue Water Studios. Hope to see you all there. Also check out the anime convention reviews to see some of the conventions and see if and where some of your favorite voice actors are going to be. That's up. Did the premiere last night. The video's still up, so go ahead and do that. As well as, and of course, I'm still promoting the GoFundMe. As always, guys, as always, never feel pressured to donate. Nobody wants to see you go bankrupt over it. If you have the ability to, and it's on your heart to do so, please consider donating. If you have donated, please consider donating again. And even Nick started saying this. I've been saying this for a while too. If you're not in a position to where you can donate, you can still help out the cause by sharing the link. Maybe there's somebody in your network of friends who can help out. Maybe there's somebody in your network of friends who may see this and say, this guy is getting the rough end of the stick. I want to help him. Spreading the word also helps the cause. Getting the truth out there helps the cause. Let's see. Also, as always, if you guys like this content, please consider liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. I always look forward to the comments. I usually will reply back to you. As just a warning, I won't tolerate any kind of harassment, taunting, or any kind of nasty comments. Those type of comments will be deleted. But I think for the most part, most of you know how to be civil, know how to carry yourselves, and I do appreciate that. So, with that, this video is pretty long already, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Let's keep the conversation going, guys, because remember, you're on the mic, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!